Good morning. My name is Melissa Leotti, and today my question for you is to beard or not to beard? That is the question. Good question for some men and maybe even some women, if that's your kind of thing. Known as many different things, we have scruff, whiskers, stubble, the lion's mane on good old Abe here, the chin strap, the mutton chop, sideburns, side whiskers, or the neck beard, which is an interesting one. But you know what beards are not known as on BYU campuses is existent, because they are banned on the campuses of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints universities. So I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and so I am aware that there is a church educational system that funds and sponsors private universities here in the United States, and they service students throughout the world. Part of the honor code, which all universities have, is a grooming standard, and part of the grooming standard is that there should be no facial hair. So as we're thinking about standards and honor codes, we think, the no lying, the no cheating, because it's a private university and it is a religious university. They also add in things such as no premarital sex, no drug or alcohol abuse. And if you want to attend these universities, you pay the tuition to go there, and then you sign that, yes, you will honor these stipulations. But my question is, and my argument is, what does facial hair have to do with receiving higher education? This doesn't just go for students, but it also goes for staff and administration as well. Now, when we get into the history of beards, they started as a way to protect the face from the elements, from the wind, from the sun, from the snow. It protects this very sensitive area of our face. They are natural. Hair grows naturally on us, but we are fighting that, and we're saying, no, we're not going to let that hair grow naturally. We're going to stop it right there, because somehow hair on the face makes us less of a productive member of society. In some cultures, it's even a sign of respect, and the longer your beard is, the more wisdom you had. Now, I will say that over the years, they have made a few changes to assist students with special needs if they have a medical condition, or if they are part of a theatrical play that they grow a beard. They do have to see a campus doctor if they're claiming medical condition, and those beard exemption cards, yes, they have a beard exemption card. Those are only good for 1 year, and the theatrical plays are only good for as long as production is going. So it's not something that is long-term at all whatsoever. So there are reasons that people wouldn't be able to wear beards. So if you're in the military, or if you're working in a job that requires face masks, then OSHA has provided us with this lovely illustration of what kind of facial hair works for respirators. I don't know of any student on campus that's required to wear a respirator to have to fit OSHA standards or needs, but there they are. For religious beliefs, also BYU, it's BYU Idaho, BYU in Provo, BYU Hawaii, and Ensign College. They do allow students of other religions where their religion dictates that they can wear a beard, but that also has to be signed off by a clergy member stating that is necessary. So what happened is, this is our leadership in the church today. You'll see they're all older gentlemen. They are all clean-shaven. However, this is what the leadership used to look like. So you can see some of them were sporting some pretty gnarly beards there. Did it stop them from starting and building the education system that is in place today for the BYU students? No, it certainly did not. It didn't stop them from receiving revelation, from writing doctrine. It didn't stop them from doing any of the things that they did to lay the foundation for the church that exists still today. It actually started in the 1960s, where the long hair and the facial hair was in correlation with, in the minds of some older gentlemen, I would say, in correlation with a hippie movement, rebellious attitudes. And so the church leaders at that time, they said, you know what, we are going to stand out from the rest of the world, and we are going to be clean shaven, haircuts. We're going to look different than the rest of the world looks. So that's where things started to get a little hairy. It was personal opinion. It's not doctrine. It's not written anywhere in the church handbook stating that facial hair prevents you from being a good person, productive member of society, a good student. Here's another picture of some early leaders of the church, all sporting beards, all looking well. So what we found is that it's been personal opinion that has kept students from being able to take a test. If they have hair on their face, they can't go to the testing center to take a test. If they show up with hair on their face, then their teachers refer them to the honor code, and then there's steps that are taken that could lead to expulsion on a worst case basis if they refuse to honor the honor code that they signed, which could be, you could be cheating and be able to take your test. You could have had alcohol and go in the next day and be able to take your test, but because it's not a physical feature that they can't see, they would have no idea. They are judging people off of the physical features of facial hair, of all things. They've even started, there's a form that you can fill out. If you're walking around campus as a student and you see another student with facial hair, you can report that. It's a tattletale culture, and I don't buy into it at all. The other things that were going on at this time in the 1970s that were personal opinion, black people could not hold the priesthood. We have had the good sense to change that in the 1970s, and we can look back at procedures that were in place and say, you know what, that just wasn't right, that wasn't okay, and we can make those changes. So we did make those changes in the 1970s for black men to hold the priesthood. At that time, women couldn't wear pants, couldn't even wear jeans until 1980. Those changes have been made, but yet for some reason the beard still stays, the non-existent beard, the clean-shaven face, that somehow still goes hand in hand with the honor code at BYU campuses and Ensign campuses. The time to change is now, folks. We need to be coming into this century, and we need to recognize and realize that hair on the face can build confidence in men, and it can make them better workers, better helpers. It can make them better at everything, because when you have confidence, then you exude confidence. If we told women that they couldn't wear makeup anymore, we would have a fight on our hands. And some men, this is all that they've got, is the beard to help cover up some of the things that they don't really like about their face. So the time to change is now. Let's get beards in the workplace. Let's get beards on the campuses. Let's get beards everywhere. It's the main event. And you know what? They kind of grow on you. Thank you so much.